my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink, cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the.
And welcome everyone to the Man Cave. My name is Paul Knapp, and I will be your host for tonight's show. This is season number 2, episode number 39. We're getting up there, and waiting in the green room is our special guest. You may call him Mike Bowinski, but we like to call him Mr. Medic Mike. And Medic Mike has been on our show several times. So we're going to bring him in tonight to see what's new in his man cave. But first off, we got to introduce our panel for tonight. And first up, we have this gentleman right here, Mr. Stacy Armstrong. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing good. Glad to be here.
Awesome. And his sidekick and mine as well, Mr. Rick Bradshaw. How you doing, brother?
Good. How's everyone tonight?
Looks good. Looks good. We got people in the chat room already. Going to stop and say hi to them.
Hello, everybody. Murray.
Andy and Indy already is here.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Andy.
sir. Andy, we played your video last week. Everybody loved that. My sister's here already. Murray should be here with us, man. He must be working again. He's
got a while, I think, before he can.
He's got a while before he can jump in with us, bro. Man, I appreciate that, man.
When is Barb going to be on the panel?
You know, I might make a trip to Pennsylvania coming up mid-November, right before Thanksgiving. Maybe I'll do the show Monday up there in PA and do it from her house or something like that.
Sure. That would be good.
Yeah. So, Matthew O'Connor, great to see you. Thanks for joining us so early.
Yeah.
Big Boss Jack, as always. I appreciate you, sir. Murray says, yep, working. Absolutely, man. Big Boss Jack wants to say hi to Stacy.
Yep.
Dollbase is here. No? I don't know. Oh, Dollbase Barb. All right. Well, as always, I'd like to thank everybody that is in the chat room already. We got 12 people chiming in already. Let's go up to Stacy first and find out if you've done anything new in your zoo since we talked to you last week, bro.
Well, I have. I got these are new in, so this is what I've currently got in. This is the alien.
Yep, one of the aliens.
Rick.
Yeah. And you and Rick got this little toy connection going back and forth.
We do.
Bro. I mean,
and alien number 2.
Yep.
He's working on the blue one for me, so I'll have all 3.
That's the only one I don't have, the blue one.
Yeah. And then I got Spider-Man.
Spidey. Dude, 12-inch?
Yeah, 12-inch. So,
very nice.
Got to get in there.
That's probably the best outfit they did.
Yeah, they did a really good job with that. That was awesome. I'm going to show. Well, I did restrung some figures today, and I did 30.
Damn, dude.
Oh my
G.I.
God.
Joe heads. I blocked them today. So these are just the 30 that I've done today. And then I'm going to show you 2 of kind of my prize collections. These are going to be going into window boxes. Bullet Man.
Wow.
I got this from a guy who played with it. He said for one day, he took it out, bent it a little around, and moved it. And he didn't like it, and he threw it back in the box. And when he came and got it as an adult, it was all in pieces. I bought it from him, restrung it, and that's all original. And you can see the chrome is in really, really nice shape. See? Now I'm going to show you this one here. I got this one. Was barely played with, but I decided to make him what they didn't do in 1976 was give him Kung Fu grip.
Oh. Did you just paint that, or does it metallic?
That's the chrome that I spray. I have an additive I spray with it to keep it flexible.
Yeah.
So those are the hands.
Wow.
Wow,
And you can
cool.
still move the hands around?
Yeah.
Wow.
and it doesn't crack off.
Nice.
Yeah. So these are going to go in a window box, and Jim's going to be doing the window box for me. So
Now, is
he
that
was on
for
the show.
you, for your collection? Or are you selling those or what?
Oh, I'm going to keep them.
Those are yours?
Yeah. Even though I think they're probably pretty stupid.
No, dude, they're sweet, man.
But I mean, I didn't like them as a kid.
Yeah. But I mean, it's
but
cool
they're
now.
part
But
of
yeah, I
the-
think they're cool now. So
Yeah.
and then what I did with this one here is you can actually pull the hand out and you can replace it with the hard hand. So both of them can be done. So I actually have the original hard hands too. To swap them back out. So I'm going to have them put in the box.
I figured you'd send one to Angelo, the Annabelle man. No. I know how much that's his favorite figure.
Yeah, I know. Well, he's probably really envious now. He probably wants to go on a bike ride with them right now. So that's it for me.
Figs just joined us. How you doing? Hillbilly Rick. We need to get you on the show, brother. How about next week?
Exactly.
Check out your schedule for next Monday, Hillbilly Rick, and let's shoot for that. So we know he's got the connection. So, all right, Rick, moving up to you, brother. What's new in your zoo?
Let's see. I got 2 new figures, but I'm only going to show one because I didn't get a chance to mess around with the other one. So this is the Jada Toys Wolfman.
Jada Toys?
Jada Toys, 6-inch scale, 1/12. They did all the Universal monsters. And this guy, I just got him. I've had the other ones for a while. This guy is a fantastic little figure. Right out of the box, you could move him. You didn't have to heat anything up. He's got a pretty neat head sculpt.
Is it kind of like the Lon Chaney face?
No,
No.
it's supposed to be, but
Yeah.
he does.
So you didn't make any changes to him, right?
No, he does come
okay.
with another sculpt, which isn't that much different.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
They don't like. He doesn't come with a Lawrence Talbot sculpt, which is too bad. They probably don't have the license to do a likeness,
Probably, yeah.
And he comes with this cool bear trap, complete with real chain,
cool.
and it will move up and down.
Does it work? It does work. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like that.
The best little piece of extra he comes with is the sterling silver cane.
Oh.
Which I gave to Joe. So that's my Lawrence Talbot.
Right.
I did one picture with him.
Wow.
But the cane is pretty neat. It's a nice. It looks exactly like the movie. So kind of neat. And that's of course one of Angelo's.
Yes.
I requested a gray one, and he did a nice job. And I don't know if you can see, but again, the painting on the face is really well done.
Yep.
Guy's got it down pat.
He's
so
the
other 2 things I'll show real quick. This is the ever popular MSPF Marine.
Yep.
And if for anyone who's into this line at this time that doesn't have one of these, get one. You can actually have this one if you want. Just contact me. Seriously. This was a great line. And of course, these are super articulated Joes. So when I found that out, however many years, 5 years ago, when I started buying these, I bought every single one I could find. And I bought them loose. I bought them in the boxes, but they were cheaper then. You could get them, I don't know what they go for now. This particular one, the elastic has given way, so some of the stuff is loose in the package.
But they're still $30 to $40, dude. They're not cheap. I mean, they're
I don't know. I think I was getting these for $20 a whack or something like that. And the other one
that there was one that he didn't come out with that series that I really wanted was the drone flying Marine, and it's on the poster, but they never made it.
No, they never made it.
No.
And this is I showed this one on Terry's show. I don't think I've ever shown it here. And this is the dolphin trainer. See if I can get him in.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah.
This is a nice set. And it has real water play. Can play in the bathtub.
Or your hot tub.
Does anyone
say the jacuzzi?
Yes, the hot tub would be good.
Yeah, hot tub, yeah.
with extra company if preferred. So anyways.
Well, I don't know how he would do in the boiling lagoon.
Yeah.
the dolphin by now.
A
Just
little
be
too
careful.
shallow.
Just be careful where you blow those bubbles, okay?
That's yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm going to throw it out there.
I too can have this, right?
You can have this.
Ooh, yes, you too can have this wonderful piece of GI Joe nostalgia.
That's funny.
Yes.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
So I got to ask you, when are you going to start working on that Tiger tank, man? That
It's
excites me up top there,
they're
man. I
doing
keep seeing it
nothing.
every week. I see it every week, and I'm like, dude, you got to break that out and start doing
You-
stuff.
You'll probably see it there for a while.
What do you
That's-
you need a ladder or what? What do you need? I'll send you a ladder or step stool.
No, I can still reach it. I'm not that short, but there's a lot of little pieces. So when I decide to do it, I got to be all in
Yeah.
and finish it. Because if I start it and then don't finish it, it'll sit there for another,
But that's 3 3/4 scale, right?
No, that's 1/12 scale.
Oh, that's 1/12 too.
So it's
Oh,
a
that was
big,
big one.
it's
That's
a
a
big
big one,
board.
man.
Yeah.
Wow. See, it's
Yeah.
deceiving. It's deceiving on the shelf.
Yeah,
behind
it
you.
is. Huh.
Yeah. Well, you can see the 12-inch figures sitting next to it. So it's fairly big.
Well, do you have plans on finishing it before the end of the year?
No. It depends. It depends. And like if the motivation hits, then I'll do it. But
Okay.
I need that motive. That's like when I cut the side skirts off my Stewart tank. I
Yeah.
put that off for like 8 months, and then one day I got home from the flea market and I just cut them off, and then I painted the whole thing all in one shot. So it was just like the light bulb goes off and you just do it.
Right. Yeah.
But
I
you
think
need
actually-
that. You got to want to do it because it's a lot of work.
Sure. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, and
Action
once
Joe
you start, you're
Figs.
going to finish it.
I think you might have a taker on one of those. Action Joe Figs said if the price is right. man,
Cause I'll give you a good price.
might-
I take care of cause.
Cause. Well, we got a gentleman in the green room waiting. I see he's getting a little impatient. He's nipping at
See
the
you asleep
bud.
yet?
And he's been on the show before. So I'm going to bring him up big as I figure out how to work this thing. And it is our buddy and yours, Mr. Medic Mike. How you doing tonight,
Hey,
sir?
folks. How we doing today?
Nice to have you back, man. It's been a
Hey,
little
nice
while.
to be back.
Yeah. So I thought we'd bring you back as a special guest and not just a panel member.
Oh, sweet. Does that mean I'm special, or does that mean I'm better than you guys
Well,
today?
you
or
know,
what?
it means you're on the hot spot, man. We get to ask you all kind of questions from when you lost your virginity to
Yeah.
how many wives have you had. So, we
You
can.
would not believe how not shy I am about shit. So out the way.
So what is new in your zoo since we had you on last, man? I think I bet you just posted a video the other day I watched.
Yep.
You're working on some new stuff.
Yep.
Plus you got Jim Egner on speed dial. I see. You got a bunch of his stuff, man. So
Him and that MSV.
whatever you want to talk about, bro, go for it.
Okay. Let's see. First of all, I was digging through some stuff today. One of my main things lately has been going through all the unbelievable amount of GI Joe crap I have and trying to figure out what to do with it all. Found these. Anybody ever see these before?
Oh, look at
Those
that.
walkie-talkies.
Walkie-talkies.
Yeah, these are like I picked these. My friend Eric Lorenz gave these to me, and apparently, if you look at the back, you put a string in there.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure these are vintage, but I've never seen them before, and I forgot
No.
that I had them. So I was like, "Oh, okay, I should bring these out for the show
And
tonight."
they are GI Joe, huh? They're not the Monkey Division or.
Well,
Wow.
it's a
they're-
GI
yeah,
Joe by
I think
Hasbro
those
on
came
there.
out like during the Hall of Fame, didn't they, or something? They redid those.
I honestly have no idea. They appear to be. I mean, if you look at them, you can see how shiny the plastic is and stuff. So if they're vintage, they ain't never been played with. If they're newer, then I'm not too surprised. But anyway, I thought they were pretty damn cool, and I forgot I had them, so I thought I'd show them off a little bit.
That is neat.
Kind of goofy, but fun.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay, let's see what else I got here. Oh, couple of project working on here. Venture Team Rescue Team.
nice.
This here is a Cotswold guy with Cotswold jumpsuit, boots, and a really cool backpack they came out with recently, plus one of Jim Egner's from the Combat Construction Set helmets.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I got to get up some more gear for him, but he's got a partner. I got a couple of 21C Humvees that I think I'll take one of those and turn it into like a mountain rescue vehicle or something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm playing around with that. Yeah, not super impressive, but cool.
Man, those are nice.
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
It works. I like playing around with the COTS figures and stick repro heads on them because they're just, the repo bodies fall apart, as we all know about that. But the heads are great, so you stick them on a COTS body, you got a decent figure forever.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else did I got? Ain't got a whole lot of new stuff, but I got this.
Oh,
yeah.
time to make a conversion, baby.
Tonka.
Yep. Perfect size.
It's pretty damn
Yep.
filthy, but I'm thinking that if I take it apart by drilling the rivets out, I could probably put some yellow paint on it and it'd be pretty cool. Or
Yep.
maybe just kind of go with it as is. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Got a definite 70s vibe there. That's for
definitely.
sure.
Yeah.
Especially that
It's
sticker.
international.
That sticker screams 1972 like nothing does.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Far out.
Groovy. Yeah. Okay. But now for the shit you guys really want to see, right?
Oh, man.
There it is.
There's the beast.
That's the shit you guys really want to see, isn't it? Okay.
Yep.
All right. We're going to give you a little more detail here, but I'm not going to reveal everything about it as of yet. You can see I got here. Let me grab this shit first. I'll hold it up.
Whoa. Earthquake. Earthquake.
There we go. Rather than trying to move the camera around, I'll move the freaking toy around.
Yeah.
You can't claim workman's comp doing this. So
I've repaired a lot of MSVs, but this is the first time I ever tried to modify one. You would not believe what a bitch it is to get that freaking top off that thing.
yes.
Oh my God. Stacy, you been there on this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Was it
I used your model glue trick to try and kill the glue. Yeah, it worked pretty good in some places.
Some places, right?
Yeah, so
right. It just depends. You gotta be patient with it.
Yep, I was for the most part, but there were still some places that just would not come off. So we'll be doing a little sanding.
Yeah.
All right. Well, from Jim, I got 2 regular of his trailers, and this one here was a little different. I think it was a prototype. You'd have to ask Jim for sure. But God damn it, of course that's going to happen. You don't have to excuse my language. I'm probably going to say stuff like that a lot. Anyhow, the plan is this will become one.
Okay.
So we'll have a 3-wheel trailer.
Right.
And with the back end of it still having the hole, I can also hang a regular MSV tail on the end of it, trailer.
Right.
Very cool.
Yep. And obviously, the one I've done some showing for. Put that on there and transport it.
Yep.
Or you can put that on there and transport it.
Right.
Awesome.
It's also big enough for a Sea Wolf, which is why I decided to hack and make something a little longer.
Yeah.
So that's the basic idea behind this. So that's going to be pretty darn cool when I finally get done with the freaking thing.
How are you going to attach the trailer to the cutoff piece? Those first 2 that you showed us. How are you going to connect those 2?
I mean, how am I going to meld these 2 together?
Yeah, you're just going to meld them together?
Okay, what I'm going to have to do is do a little more cutting on this one because it doesn't quite match up. And Jim's trailer piece is not quite the same width. It's a little short. So I got a whole bunch of plastic sheeting that I bought, and I'm going to use that to basically meld them together with epoxy. And I'll have to take some more.
Can I give you an idea?
Sure.
Why don't you take the plastic, that you can get plastic sheet styrene?
Yeah.
Glue that in and fill it on the original end. Cut a hole in it so you can put that pin mount through, and then do a thicker piece, and then use the little box slide, the little green original, so you can disconnect it.
You mean something like this and do it with this stuff, right?
or you could do it with that, yeah. But I mean, still use the original slide, the little green.
Oh,
release.
I see what you're saying. In
Make
other
it
words,
hard.
don't make it into
Right.
one, make it into two that stay together.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. That's good enough. That's a good idea, actually. I was so hot on the idea of having a 6-wheel trailer that I didn't even think of that. Okay, cool. Thanks, Stacy. That's a good idea.
Okay. It's what I do.
Well, that doesn't mean it's a good idea. I'm just saying.
I know.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't.
At the play-
It was just a different idea.
This
Stay in your lane, bro. Stay in your lane.
Yes. You can just do either one if you want, you know.
So here's the big question.
Seriously,
here's
that's
the big
a good
question,
idea,
Mike.
Stacy, and I might. Yes.
The big question, Mike. When you're done, where do you display that?
Yes.
On
On my page.
The back deck? the
Actually,
driveway?
I do have a whole room upstairs where I keep my Joe stuff. It's a small bedroom where it's lined with those plastic garage shelves. I've been
Yeah.
doing a lot of rearranging, and I think I can have some room for it. I think.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be
Get
long.
rid of the bed.
You guys know how that works, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyhow, yeah. So the whole idea is that you can make these. When Jim came out with these trailers, I was totally entranced with these damn things, and I saw shitloads of possibilities. Whoops. Anyways, you can. Yeah, I didn't glue the wheels all together yet. Okay, but like one could be a module, like a transport module for people. One could be a module for like fuel and maintenance stuff. Another hazmat module. You could make these be just about pretty much anything you want. So that's kind of what the plan is, to make a gigantic ass mobile support vehicle that can be outfitted with various modules and equipment for various missions. That's what I'm trying to accomplish here.
Yeah.
And
So-
we're gonna have to be buying a few more of those from Jim, but we'll worry about that later.
Mike's
Get the
GI Dojo just joined us, and he said eventually the MSV is going to look like the Speed Racer Mammoth car. Do you guys remember that episode?
Yes,
man?
I do. It kind of does already look like that.
When you showed that there, I was like, "Oh, God, that made me remember that, man. That's so cool." But we got somebody else new that just chimed in. Let me see. Figure Stories. Thanks for joining us tonight. So yeah, that Mammoth car, I remember that one, man. That was like a two-parter from Speed Racer or something. I remember.
Yeah.
So
I used to
You see what
watch
Murray
that
asked
all-
you?
Murray asked me. Oh,
Yeah. See it?
when are we
Hey,
going
Paul,
to?
you see your vintage Joes?
Well, vintage Joes are in the attic. They don't come out very
What?
often. But we don't get. Yeah, we're not in Arizona. We don't get as hot as those guys, so they stay pretty good up there. But I'm thinking about rearranging some of the stuff behind me in the next year. I can't build any more shelves, so what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
I had a guy come yesterday to take pictures and videos of my Star Wars collection, and I only have about half of that out. And right now I'm working on a Lego thing right back here. I don't know if you can see it. But
Yeah.
Oh, that's
that
cool.
I had up for Halloween for the kids, and they all came in and took pictures of that. And the biggest question they had was, "Are you gonna put your trains up again for Christmas?" And I was like, "Oh man, I don't even want to think about that right now, man." I was like, "Nah." They're like, "Well, then you need to put more Legos up or do something." I'm like, "Yeah, maybe."
You need to build another garage.
Yeah, that's what I need. I need a 3-car garage with a 1-bedroom house.
Doesn't everybody have that?
Those are hard to find down here. The thing
Why don't
about
you just
us,
rent your neighbor's garage?
yeah, well, we're so close to the ocean. We don't have basements here.
Yeah.
Everybody here is on the slab in Virginia Beach, so you lose that extra, space you would have up north or further inland. So yeah, if you don't have it in your garage, you lose a bedroom to put all your stuff in or something like
You
that.
could always put a second floor on that garage.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm sure my HOA would love that. We can't even change the color of our garage door, let alone put it.
Oh, yeah, my place is like that.
Yeah, no, that's not happening either. So I'm just reading some of these comments, man. Just dump the Star Wars stuff. Yeah, I could do that for a while. But
Yeah, Murray said second story on the garage. He said the same thing.
Yep. Same thing.
that would be my master bedroom right above this, Murray. And actually, I did have all the GIs up there when I first moved in. and it's not a chick magnet. Let me tell you, it's
It's not.
not not at all.
You don't have
my
to tell
girlfriend, my girlfriend, when I first moved in, she was like, "Yeah, 500 GI Joe staring at me at night. That's not. No, this ain't
Oh yeah.
happening."
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's when they all went to the garage, and I put them out here. So.
Well, I guess that just shows we were priorities lying out doing it.
Hey, you
right.
know, you gotta do
Yeah.
what you gotta do, man.
Friend or foe.
But
man.
Tell her to
that's
get her
it.
honey badger.
That's all you got for us, Mike? Come on, man. You haven't been around in like 6 months or so.
Oh,
You
gee,
gotta
I
have
don't
some
know.
more
Let's
stuff.
see. What else you want to see? I got a lot of stuff laying around down here.
You're always working on something, man. You
Always. Okay. Let's see. What else am I working on?
Yeah, and you're in your element too. So there's
yeah,
no
right. I mean, he's got to have
Yeah,
something.
let's see. I got a whole bunch of these to do, but these are all mine. And I got a whole bunch of Cotswold bodies. Different hairstyles, different whatever
So
to accommodate.
They're
whatever
vintage
customer-
heads going on new bodies.
Some are custom hit, or some are vintage, and some are repro heads. Got to wash a few of them yet, but we got some repro heads here that need to be
Yeah.
turned into different characters and stuff. Hey, that reminds you guys check out those videos, those animation videos I made today?
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, was that fucking weird or what?
Matthew O'Connor says I should hook up with my local library. I did that several years ago, bro, with my toy soldiers.
put them in display. Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't have a lot of places where I can like put it behind glass. At least ours doesn't.
Right.
And I don't trust storing stuff out, you know.
Yeah.
Or displaying stuff where people can touch. So
Mike,
throw some
where are you, Mike?
Barbies in the mix. Well, she's okay with it now. It's all in the garage. She doesn't have to look at
I
it.
also dug this out of the dust-filled corner.
Oh, you got the Humvee?
There.
Oh, a SWAT
Yeah,
one.
I got I got the camel army version too, but
So that's the 21st century?
Yeah.
yeah, it works a lot better with classic collection Joes because they're a little shorter and they got better
Yeah.
articulation
Yeah.
mostly. But I think this is the one I'm gonna go ahead and paint adventure team style for that rescue team guys I was looking at earlier.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'll be awesome. Orange?
Yeah, orange.
Orange or yellow or
Why not?
orange?
Yeah, orange. Like the
Super Joe?
the little
The
Talking
troubleshooters.
about-
The troubleshooters.
Troubleshooter.
Orange. You mean like my hat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a bad call either.
Everybody does
I was
everything in
figuring on
yellow.
doing the
You
whole
have
thing in
good color.
really bright ass adventure team color, or maybe two-tone
Yeah.
on the bottom, one on top, something like that.
Yeah.
And these things are pretty cool though because I like the detail. They got the doors and stuff and everything. So
Right.
this one here is kind of beat. It's been sitting in a corner for probably 15 years, along with its crew.
Mhm. Where do you find most of
what
your
else is cool
stuff? You
inside.
buying on eBay or?
Yeah, you get on eBay, you go to a yard sales. What do you do?
Oh, to get my stuff?
Yeah.
Mainly, this stuff I bought back in the day when you can still get it in the stores. I think I paid like 19
Oh, you bought
bucks
it
for
for
it.
it. Okay.
Yeah. That's where most of my 21st century stuff came from. I got some from Zach Brillhart, if you guys know him.
Yep.
I was helping him. Yeah. That dude's an interesting story. You guys want to hear that story? That's a cool story.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, give us a story, man.
Back
Who's that?
in
He's a good guy.
yeah, he is. He's a good dude. Back in was it 2021? I think it was 2021. I got a message on I was admin in the original GI Joe collectors group at the time, and this guy popped on and he was asking like, "Hey, I got all this GI Joe stuff. Can anybody help me figure out what it is? I want to sell it." Right. So I answered the guy, and right away he messaged me, and then he wanted to talk to me on the phone. So I was like, "Okay, screw it. Let's see what this dude's all about."
Sure.
So he gives me a call and I start talking with him, and he tells me he's got like 20 rubber, those big Rubbermaid tubs of GI Joe stuff. And the first thing that popped into my head was, "Okay, is it vintage?" He's like, "I got no clue. That's why I'm asking questions."
Yeah.
So,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So I was like, "Okay, start showing me." And he started showing me stuff, and it was like, yeah, there was a ton of modern stuff in there, plus a bunch of was the HOF Planet of the Apes figures and various other stuff, but there was a ton of vintage shit in there too. Anyhow, for I want to say probably, God, it was the spring of 2021, so it had to be like 6 months. I talked to this guy all freaking summer long, every day, giving him, pointing him at 3D Vintage Joe's, telling him what went with this and how to figure this one out and what to look for on the trademarks and, everything you can figure out to identify what's vintage, what's repo, and what's ever.
Right.
And let me tell you, this guy had a ton of shit. He was not lying one little bit. Some of you probably know that because he sold a lot of it to you guys.
He sold some to me. That was back in like September, October of 21.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
And so I met him the spring before that, the way I just described. That dude said to me, okay, now I got to pay you for your knowledge. And I was like, okay. So he started just giving me shit. And I was like, holy crap, dude. I mean, I understand that the information I'm giving you is worth some bucks, and that's okay, but you don't have to do this. He gave me a nearly complete Mouth of Doom, a freaking Skyhawk, all kinds of stuff that I think it's stuff that he just couldn't sell very easily. But some of it was stuff that he could have got a bunch of bucks for. So I mean, hey, in my books, that's a good dude. And he did it because he figured he owed me for helping him out so much. And he sold a lot of stuff. My God.
Yeah.
You guys remember a couple years ago, he was all over the group selling tons of things. Anyways, he came out here to visit me and drove all the way over here from Ohio just to meet me in person back in October of 2021. And we had a blast for that weekend too. So yeah. That's where I got some of this other stuff. And so a lot of it I picked up back in the day when it was still in the stores. But that dude probably doubled my collection. Wow. Mostly with modern stuff. But hey. Anyhow.
When's the next show you're attending, man?
I'm going to try to make it down to Kentuckiana in January. I don't know if I'm going to.
The Winterfest? You're trying to make the Winterfest?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to depend on the work schedule and all that. Like I was saying last time I was on, I've been all summer long. My God, it's been insane. So that's why I was kind of AWOL for a while there.
Yeah. Stacy, you're trying to make the real Kentucky in the summer, right? Or no?
Summer, yeah.
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 I'll be back there next summer. I went last July. That was great.
Awesome. I'll see you there then.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's a great show, man. It's too bad it's only one day, man. They need to make it a weekend.
I hung out with Scott Wild most of that show, and he was pretty much like, they need to make it 2 days. They need to make it 2 days. He was constantly saying it. And I think
at least a Friday night, Saturday morning, kind of thing.
I kind of wish it really was, but it is what it is. So
yeah,
we'll do it. Whatever.
No, it's a fun time, man.
Mike, do you have any idea how many figures you have in your collection? Not counting vehicles, just figures.
Yeah, just figures.
Vintage or okay. Vintage figures, I have probably 175, something like that. And classic collection stuff and various other, off brands and things like that, probably another 100.
No, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
I would have thought higher than that.
Yeah, I would have thought higher than that too.
You sell a lot though, right? You fix them up and sell them, don't you, or no?
Oh no, I don't do that really. I sell figures on occasion. But I pretty much
you're repairing for a lot of people though.
Yeah, people send them to me. I fix them up. That's pretty much what Stacy does. Yeah. And I get what I'll also do is, like, for example, I got one guy that'll he'll send me 10 talkers with their 10 talk boxes in the chest without the rest of the figure. I'll fix up all the boxes for him, and the ones that are really beat to crap that that require a lot more work, worn out tapes or the frames warped or whatever. Just keep them for parts, right? So I go ahead and I build talk boxes out of those, put them in a chest, because I got like 50,000 talker chests around here. And literally, it seems like, well, here, check this out.
How many talker frames do you get in?
These are just the
year that are warped.
How many do I get that are warped?
I get them in all the time.
You mean like where the frame don't sit flat when you set it down?
Yeah, the whole thing is just like it's melted.
I run into those
because it was stored someplace.
I want to say probably one out of every 15 or 20. I don't see it all. I don't see it all that often, but it happens.
Yeah,
and
I get a little bit more often. But I think it's the funny thing is the chest is not warped.
Mhm.
but the inside is. It's
Yeah.
like, no.
Yep.
It's like,
Yeah, I hear you. It's the
it's
funniest
mostly
thing
junk.
about it's the funniest thing about that too, because that's one of the things that people don't notice when you can't figure it out.
Yeah.
Almost every time when I got everything else working right and I pull that string and he's still warbly, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So nowadays I've developed the habit of just laying them flat after I pull the needle arm off, just to make sure it's, that it's not
Staying
warped.
flat, right? So it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the biggest problem I find with talkers the only thing I find that ain't really fixable is if the tape's all worn out. And even
Yeah,
in
if
that,
the tape's gone, you just look
Yeah.
for another tape though. But I mean, you can save them, but
even in that case, I mean, like if you do things like double up the speaker diaphragm, or you make the needle a little longer, sometimes you can make them work that way, but that's kind of hit or miss.
you don't have to double up the whole diaphragm. You know that little green piece of plastic that they glue at the bottom and the center of those?
That's what I'm
So
talking about.
those plastic little Dixie cups they're kind of like a real thin plastic, blow molded plastic you drink for, like for kids.
Yeah, I get
Buy
you.
a pack of those and you just cut little round circles out, and you can use super glue and glue a couple of them on top. All you're raising is the dot. You don't need to raise everything else. Yep. Credit cards work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a truck driver, so I get tons of Quick Trip credit cards or gift, or what do they call
Yep.
them?
And I just
discount
glue them
cards.
on top, and then
Yeah, this works
And it
pretty
works
good.
just
I
fine.
found. Yeah.
yeah. I never replace a speaker unless it has to be replaced.
Yep.
Like if it's cracked, I replace it if it's cracked.
Yeah, of course. I've also noticed this too. I have swapped perfectly good-looking speakers that aren't warped or anything like that, and sometimes for some stupid reason, the speaker makes a difference, even if it looks
It does.
perfect. And it's weird because I can't
I
figure
wonder
out.
if it's slightly thicker or something, or
Yeah.
if it's maybe stiffer, because when you push everything together, it pushes in on that when you put the foam
Mhm.
inside,
That's
so it
right,
pushes
yeah.
everything down. So I wonder if it's just stiffer and gives that little bit more of a. I don't know,
It
but
could be. Well, I noticed the difference between Cotswold speakers, vintage speakers, and Jim Egner's printed ones too. And so
I
I've
haven't
got a
used any
bunch.
Gyms yet. Are they
You
good?
haven't tried Jim's yet?
Nah.
No, they work. They're not perfect. They're more similar to Cotswold speakers than the vintage ones are, but they're a little quieter because they're thicker and they don't vibrate as much. I think that's what that is.
Yeah,
But
you
I've
need them
also
thinner.
found,
Yeah.
but I've also found that sometimes that they'll work better than a vintage speaker depending on the talker. I mean, you
Right,
got the
depending on
wear
the
on parts and everything,
Right.
I mean, there's
Each
so
one
much.
is individual. You have to approach each time you build one of those as an individual thing. Because
Exactly.
no two are alike.
Yep, I agree with that 100%. And
Yeah.
you know about rust damage and stuff like that, I'm sure. Yeah, it's like how many sailors I get or astronauts that are all rusted to shit. It's like, and so I always tell
Yeah.
people, if you buy one of those, if you're gonna, I mean, I have guys will message and say, "Hey, I'm buying this sailor box. Get good pictures to make sure it ain't rusty, because that a rusty needle will chow that tape up fast."
Oh yeah, don't pull it. Yeah, don't pull the string.
Hey, Rick, do you have any idea what these guys are talking about?
Uh,
I don't either.
Yes.
I don't either. So I'm gonna log us off, and they can just have the show. Okay.
That's okay. We're better than them anyway, man.
It's a Mike and Stacy show. Hey.
Yeah, all right, that'll work.
Okay, caller number one.
I'm sitting here like trying to understand what you're talking about. I have no fucking clue what you're talking about, man.
Just keep nodding your head. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
yeah. The speaker thing, the needle thing. Yeah. I know.
Oh, the regulator. Right? That's what it is. It's the regulator.
I was
Hey,
using. I
I was
was
thinking we
using
had
Dixie
Scott
cups.
Wild on here too. We'd be like sitting here doing
Oh my God,
absolutely nothing, man. Get those three
He's
together, we'd be like. Well, we
the
did have
man
a
right
question
there.
from the
He's
audience.
guy.
However, I totally
okay.
forgot what it was.
Yep.
Okay, let me read the
Wallace
question.
wanted to know.
Yeah, Wallace. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hillbilly Rick wants to know how many you have, Stacy, and how many you have, Rick.
How many do I have for figures?
Vintage figures. When we asked him the same question,
Yeah, pretty close to about 800.
800 vintage.
Fuck.
Is that painted hair and fuzz hair, both?
Yeah.
Wow. See, that's
Where in the
I
hell
have-
do you find room for that?
Now, when you say you have 800 figures, are they naked or are they like all clothed, all outfitted, everything ready to go?
Well, I have two boxes that are large size boxes that are full of them that are all nude. And then the other ones are all clothed basically.
What the hell? I didn't do that. I didn't do that. That was him.
Oh, he lied.
He's
My
totally
God.
gone.
He
Fucking
must have
aliens,
been
man.
really-
Aliens.
been giving away the secret of the Joe.
He must-
Either that or somebody heard how many G.I. Joes he has and he's getting robbed right now.
Where the hell is somebody
if you're at,
playing movies?
same question to Rick.
Oh, vintage
Vintage
guys.
figures.
Vintage guys. I have no idea, but it's very little. You're talking like 25,
There
maybe
he is.
30, not even 30.
Sorry.
Yes.
Super articulated Joes that I went nuts on. Last count I had over 300 of those,
really?
just
Yeah.
super articulated. And then the various other things,
Wow.
world peacekeepers and 21st century, maybe another 100. I don't even know.
No.
Yeah, you got a lot more than I do, definitely.
Yeah.
I only got like
Painted head vintage, I got about 80. Fuzz heads, I probably got about 50, 60. And then, of course, the collection I have behind me, that's 130 or 530, whatever, every year. I can't remember. But so back to you, Stacy. So you have 800, but you have what, 400 naked and 400 ready, or?
Yeah, about that. Most of them are, well, I'd say about half are clothed with their factory clothing, what they would have came with. I try to collect that, and then the other ones are. I have a bunch that are boxed right now that I haven't put the figures into them. That's what the nude figures are going to go to. So it's all the sets that you could have bought, like the little play sets, or just the clothing sets and stuff like that. I've been slowly bringing them out. Like I brought down like the Secret Agent, stuff like that. I've been bringing out. I've got Aerial Recon out. So they're, you can see some of them. See.
Yep.
I've been bringing them out. It's just when I find them, and if I find everything, I kind of try to bring it all out. But that's what that other stuff is. So eventually, I'll get to go through them, and then I get to go through all these Jeeps that I've got to get going too. So
But you're a vintage box collector too, not just the figure, right?
yeah, I collect vintage boxes, but if it's just a kind of a decent box, I'll take it. I'm not going to spend a lot of money on a really nice box, because it's a
Real
space
cardboard,
saver,
man.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I have some, but I just
How about you, Medic Mike? Are you a big time box guy or no?
Nah, it seems to me that collecting 50-year-old cardboard is an exercise in futility because it just kind of
It
breaks
kinda
down.
Yeah.
Great. However, that being said, I do have a couple of boxes that I got with purchases, and I even had one somebody gave me. In fact, here, I'll show you. Yeah, I got all kinds of stuff down here too. Shit.
But you have to admit, the box art tells the story.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
you look at it.
And,
Like
you pay $50 for the figure and $350 for the box. I'm like,
Yeah,
no.
I get it. The
this
box
one.
art tells the story.
Oh,
It's kind of beat, but it ain't bad. He gave
That's-
it to me.
No,
Brad.
it's a nice box.
dude, that's
Yeah. Said it ain't
that's a
bad.
keeper. That's a
Yeah.
keeper.
This one, I mean, it's got some water stains and stuff like that, but it's
Big
not bad.
deal.
And then I got this one. I bought at headquarters from a guy. If you guys know Mike Cohen, this box is pretty beat to crap, but the graphics are okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I like that.
So it's
Yep.
I really like this. I really like that giant adventure team symbol. That's
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Can you imagine going into the stores, say Kmart or whatever, back in the day, and seeing that stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I remember that shit so well. I also have a big trapper box with a very complete and very not played with big trapper that I bought from Jeremy Milford at a really nice price. But I'll be damned if I know what to do with the box. And when I talked to Jeremy, he was like, "Oh my God, I can't send this out. It's just so fucking crazy. I can't charge you that kind of shipping." And I just said, "Hey, dude, just pull the staples out of the box and fold it down. I'll find some staples to make it work, But I don't got room to display the damn thing." So it's,
Well, that's the problem. I mean,
Yeah.
it just takes up so much space. So I don't know.
Yeah. It's kind of, the figure boxes are easier because they're so smaller. But on the other hand, when you can buy a decent repro box for like $16, it's like, why have the 50-year-old cardboard that's falling apart,
Right.
That's
And,
kind of like,
and the old boxes are more flimsy. So, and every time you touch it, you risk it breaking.
Mhm.
When
Yeah.
you can get one for $16 and play with it, and it looks
Yeah.
just like the original. So,
Yeah.
Right.
There's like, I don't know, I can't remember where Jeremy gets his from, but they're really excellent repros. I've compared them to pictures of vintage boxes, and they look right on to me anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
as far as the stuff that will fall apart, disintegrate, or break, like scuba suits, 70s African American figures, I ain't going there no more. I've had too much of that stuff fall apart on me after paying a lot of money for it.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. I mean, my take on vintage is if you can get good condition vintage at a reasonable price, hey, grab it. Even if you got to pay a high price, like if you go to Joseda and get some really top quality stuff, if that's your bag, fine. But if it's going to fall apart on you, why would you throw that money away? Just my take on it.
Yeah, it is hard to see you buy a black figure and then it sits there, and then all of a sudden the next day you come out and it's laying on its side because the hip ball crushed.
Yep, that's usually the first thing to go is the hip balls. Yeah, and it cracks me up. I've had guys will send me an African American figure from the 70s, and I'll be like, and I'll pick it out of the box and it'll stink like a crayon and it'll have cracks in it. It's like, guy, this is going to fall apart on me. I can't really do much with this thing.
Yeah,
and then
if
you don't want
it, and you put it back together, then everything else is going to end up crushing too, probably.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I tell you, I can't guarantee you this ain't going to fall apart in my hands. And then the guy tells me he paid $100 for it because it's one of the harder to find ones. Then I'm like, I don't want to touch this.
I know.
It's like, what do you do? The last guy I had to do that to me, I talked him into it was a black commander talker. I just talked him into doing the Cotswold conversion thing. Take the vintage torso and then the head and then use Cotswold parts. When I did that, he was really happy with it, and it's not going to fall apart on him. That reminds me of something else that I should show you guys too.
Hey, Rick, maybe I can move him to here. I mean, you can talk down here, and those two can talk up there.
Yeah, just mute those two. Mute them.
Hey, Rick, how you doing?
No, you can't do that. I'm the guest.
Everyone can read their lips.
Oh, wait, you're this way. That's right. Hey, Rick, how you doing, man?
Hey.
No, like the Brady Bunch.
How about those talkers, huh?
What is that?
Oh, yeah, you know them talkers.
Okay,
Little needle.
Okay, you see that?
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a little warped, isn't it? Or what?
It's a little flat.
Well, yeah, this is like $100 helmet. Okay.
Yeah.
Greg Wild, Scott Wild's brother,
Right.
passed this on to me at Kentucky, and he said, "You think you can fix this?" Well, you know what? I talked to Paul Messias, and he gave me some pretty good ideas. So I'm going to take a stab at it. My first attempt failed, but I think I got it down now. Stacy, what do you think? What would you do?
I would probably find something that's round shaped like the helmet, the head would be like a ball or something. I would heat it. And I would also heat the outside of the top of the helmet at the same time and try to push it down as I'm heating the top too.
That's exactly what I thought. And that's exactly what Paul said that would be the best shot to do. Take a big ball bearing that fits in there, heat it up real good, drop it in there, and let the weight of the ball bearing push it out.
Mm-hmm. And so that's a negative or what?
Well, it's not a negative. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just having a hell of a
that's what
time.
you're going to do. Yeah. Okay.
Get
That's
my
what I
hands
would
on
do.
the ball bearing.
Yeah. Well, you need to go to like a mom and pop hardware store because like the big box stores aren't going to carry it.
Yeah. I looked on Amazon too, and I couldn't find anything that looked large enough.
Right.
So
mom and pop. Like
like an old age
hardware
like
or
that.
The smaller stores,
Okay.
Hillbilly Rick has a good question. Do you guys lose any of the spark having a lot go through your hands? I'm assuming like on eBay, and then you lose it at the last second. Is that what you're talking about?
I think what he means is if you lose any enthusiasm by working on the things rather than playing on them, something like that.
Not me.
I would take that question as meaning you just have a lot of stuff, and for me, it's becoming overwhelming.
Yeah,
and I wonder if that's what he means. You lose that energy that you had, and now it's just a bunch of stuff sitting around. That's how I take it.
I can see what he's talking about.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, for me, my biggest thing is I got too many irons in the fire. You know what I mean? I got too many things going on at once.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's hard not to, because you know.
Yeah.
But I don't lose any enthusiasm for it. I really enjoy doing the stuff. And
But you got to go through cycles. Like I go through cycles. Like, you know, I'll be into Star Wars for a little bit more than my 1/6 scale, and then I'll come back to 1/6 scale. And
get what you're saying. It's kind of
I
like,
mean, Rick, you're doing 1/12 or 1/18 sometimes, or 1/12. I mean,
both. Yeah, both. Yeah.
I mean,
well, I guess if anything, I mean, I Captain Action.
yeah, you venture out a little bit.
I'm still in the you know, the
1/6 scale, yeah.
Scale, but I'm still doing GI Joe stuff every day. So, you know,
you guys know I tend to stick with 1/6 scale, but
I tend to
spread out in other figures too. I mean, I've got some other stuff that's basically 1/6 scale, but not a whole lot. It's mostly GI Joe.
Yeah.
And like I went and bought that Robbie the Robot, you know, from King or from Walmart. And what else? But
are you guys now, Rick? I know you're taking like pictures and stuff, but have you ever done photo stories like Jeff does or Adam? And
I've done a few photo stories, but
like making videos, like put them up.
Not videos, just photo stories like Angelo does.
Oh, more like
Angelo. Complex as his, and I would just put them in the Facebook groups. But I would do things that were only like 5 or 6 panels, and they're a pain in the ass to do.
I know, yeah.
So I kind of like stick to the one.
Few of
them.
Who's that? Mike, you're breaking up.
Mike Rose.
Rose up, yeah.
Uh-oh, Mike. We're losing you.
Sounds like his Tox box is going there.
You better fix that needle on your Tox box.
I think you need a new tape.
My Tox box broke, huh? There we go. Internet connection back. I know what happened. Your wife probably switched the channel upstairs because she's running off the same internet connection. But so I mean, the ones that I do is, I mean, I'll go out fishing usually, and then I'll take some Joes along with me in a little river close by where I live here. And then after I'm done fishing, I'll take the Joes out into the river and out on the little islands in the river and stuff and do photo stories that way. I've done about half a dozen of them, and they've turned out pretty decent. But yeah, Rick's right. They are a lot of work.
Oh, yeah.
But they're a lot of fun, too, though.
You're just more of a collector like me and pose them, right? You don't really do stuff.
I just don't have the time. I'm honestly constantly working.
You're flocking 50 heads a day. I mean, Shit.
Right, yeah, 30.
That's not 50, sir. That is 30. Okay.
See what Murray says there? He says Rick tells a whole story in one picture.
I know. I was just going to pull that up.
As any photographer, that's what they're trying to do is tell.
Yeah, but still,
you
probably take 50 pictures to get that one shot, though, right? I mean,
sometimes over.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it's not like you're taking one photo and just throwing it up there. You're still, you may not be doing all the editing like I do on a video or something, but you're still doing a lot of photo process.
Edit them.
When you go to do your photo shoot, do you already have an idea what you want?
Oh
yeah. You just kind of look around and then what comes to you?
Kind of both. But if I'm looking around and I spot a figure, and then I say, "Oh, I'll do this." Like I used this guy. I was trying to figure out something to do with him, and I noticed the wolf, the timber wolf from G.I. Joe Classified, and I said, "Oh, that'll look cool." And I ran outside in the pitch black. I had a flashlight, and I'm trying to get all these pictures. And I took a bunch of pictures that I hated, and I scrubbed them, and I went out and did it again. And one shot was good out of everything I took.
Oh wow!
And then I edited it, which I got that down pretty good. And just threw it up. But
that's still a lot of time, though. I mean, doing all those pictures.
Yeah, it takes time. If you're putting a lot of effort in, sometimes I'll just throw some Joes together, and that's just for the GI Joe groups. The photography groups is a little more involved, and I'm not even close to what these other guys are doing, but it's fun.
Yeah.
As long as you're having fun, that's the main thing. See, I could never do that. I don't have the patience to do that. And you're talking about somebody who paints eyebrows and eyes.
Yeah.
But I don't have the patience to do the photography part.
Oh, we just lost our special guest.
Here goes Mike.
No,
hey, Mike.
See ya, Mike.
I was gonna say we got 5 minutes left, but he said, "Fuck it, I'm out of here."
Yeah, he said, "Go with it."
All right, Mike. Well, if he comes
Well,
back, I'll bring him back on.
Thanks for showing up, Mike.
Well,
No,
there's a
but I
lot of
don't have
questions in the chat room. I hate to not do these. Did you ever stream nesting inside of a? Oh, there he is. He's
Oh,
back.
steam nesting. Steam nesting.
There we go.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
buddy.
Yeah, I figured it out.
You
We
need to
just
tell
got
your wife
Wi-Fi.
to get off that TV, man. We're in the middle of a show here.
Yeah, I just switched to the other Wi-Fi network. We're good to go.
All right.
I got 100%.
Oh, Matthew O'Connor said steam heating. Have you tried
Oh.
steam heating?
Well, that's kind of what we're talking about. It's kind of the same thing in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
to a degree.
Somebody said just heat a pinball machine.
Well, you don't want too much steam
Marble.
because if you're touching the striping
Right.
too, then you don't want to because you're going to take the paint off.
That
Yeah,
paint's
it's
gonna
one
come
of
right
the-
off, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the things I was concerned about too. I don't want to overheat it. That's my biggest fear.
Right.
So what I need to do, I think, is just
Because
get
it'll
that-
go fast. It'll heat fast.
Yep.
Once
Yeah,
you
you
get
can't-
that, to that point.
You couldn't use a heat gun. You're gonna have to use a hair dryer or
Well,
something.
No, you
God,
can't use a heat. You'll melt. It'll melt like an automotive heat gun.
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
them. You
that's-
can't. It'll just melt
Those are
The
fast.
thing to do, I think, is like what Stacy was saying: get that ball bearing heated up good, drop it in there, apply a little pressure to it if necessary, and let the ball bearing heat the plastic.
Yeah, and then I would take a hair dryer on the top side as you're holding around the outside of the helmet of the
Okay.
ring, and then
Gotcha.
warm it too as you're pushing down.
Okay.
So that way you're heating it from both sides in
Yep.
and the top,
Yeah.
and then you're pushing. So
Yeah,
you're,
okay.
you're trying to work that ball around a little bit as
Yeah.
you're pushing
Oh,
down.
what Paul said about that too is that if you use a big enough ball bearing, that the weight of the ball bearing will probably push
It
it
should
out
do it.
for you. Yeah. So
Yeah, it should do it, but
Yeah.
just in case.
Did they ever say how it got that way? It was stored upside down.
Somebody put
somewhere?
something on it and it got
it's kind of
warm.
obvious. It was probably sitting upside down in a foot
Yeah.
locker or something in an attic where it was real hot and it just melted a little
over
bit.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my guess. I mean, that's the same thing like probably happens to the talker frames like we were talking about before, Stacy. Same
Yeah.
deal.
How about that? The hot water from a Keurig.
Hmm.
It gets hot, but it's not boiling
Again,
hot, you know?
you're getting it wet, and you might be getting that stripe wet, which
Yep.
you could lose paint off of.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're trying to preserve the paint too. So,
Yep.
I mean, worst comes to worst, you could always go to that. That's the last thing you'd want to do.
Yeah.
Try everything else first.
Yeah.
Before
Because the
you
first
do
thing
it.
I tried
That
was
might be the right size right there. A cantaloupe scoop. That's not as
Yeah,
big
there
as,
you
you know.
that sounds like kind of close.
Then you could hold it with your hand and put it
Yeah.
in as much as you
Yeah,
need instead of
Not a
leaving the
bad
ball
idea
bearing.
either.
Probably too small though, I think.
Yeah, but you can move it around. You know, you could push
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you
work
don't need to move it around. You need the exact size. To
That's
fit
what I'm
in
saying.
there.
I mean, how's he going to find a ball bearing exact that size? I mean,
Well,
that's gonna be
they
crazy.
make all different kinds, all different sizes. You
Yeah.
can
You
find
know, my thought was to find one that would not quite fill the helmet and then
Right.
just give it a
you
little
need
push
a
when
little
it's
bit of
hot.
slack, Yeah.
Yeah, put a glove on it and just kind of go or do it upside down like you were saying and push the helmet, one or the other.
Yeah.
Something like that. So I tried to one of the guys on the chat there suggested using a plaster cast on a good helmet
Yeah.
and then putting it in. I tried that. The heat, what the heat did was it
Yeah.
just totally acted. The plaster acted as a heat sink and sucked all the heat away, and it cracked and fell apart.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time making that damn mold too. But,
Yeah.
but so anyhow,
Well, we're going to have to get you back on the show and find out how you fix that damn thing, man. So,
Yeah.
now you got me all scared to touch it again. Shit.
Did
That's
he-
what-
did
that's-
Did he,
that's
did he
what-
say if you screw it up, don't worry about it, or is he gonna be pissed?
Well,
I mean, like,
That's what Greg said to me when he asked me to do it. He said, "This thing scares the shit out of me. Will you want to try this?" And I was
Yeah.
like, "That's a challenge." So, but okay, I'll give it a stab.
he'll
for
give
you.
it to you to fuck it up.
Well, I tried a couple different things so far, but basically what it came down to was I didn't want to apply too much heat to the helmet. But the
Yeah,
ball
right.
bearing idea I got from Paul and Stacy said that's a good call. So I guess we're going to go that way next.
I think
I
you
will-
need like a medium heat is what you kind of
Yeah.
need, and then heat applied from the top too to help keep
Yep.
it
Are
so
you-
it doesn't cool off.
When you get that monster truck mammoth thing built, are you gonna make it radio controlled or no?
Oh God, no.
All right, I just want to know if it was gonna be still a toy or are we talking radio control?
It's gonna be a toy and a display piece. Now, some of you
Right.
may be asking how this thing's gonna turn. Well, It's going to turn in the same way that the chest switch doesn't break Joe's back, and in the same way the rocket pack don't burn his pants off.
Yeah.
Little imagination here.
Yep.
You got that right. It's just too cool not to imagine.
Yeah.
Well, that's an hour, guys, man. That went quick.
All right.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Hey, I'm going to bring you up big here, man. If you want to tell people how they can find you, if they want to get your website, Facebook page, how they can find you, get some Joe's
Sweet.
fixed if they need it.
All right. Well, anybody, if you need something fixed, you can contact me on Facebook under my actual name, Michael Bowensky, or you can go to my Facebook page, which is Medic Mike, and all the other words that come after that. Back on duty, GI Joe restoration. I also changed my YouTube handle to the same thing, Medic Mike's Back on Duty, GI Joe restoration. Look me up at any of those places. Or you can shoot me an email at fishfast41@gmail.com. Either way, I'll see them.
Yep.
And whatever you got that's not, whatever you got that's broke, I could probably fix it.
And you got Matthew O'Connor said, take a video as you do that when you fix that helmet. Everybody wants to see how you're going to do it.
Okay. I can do
Definitely
that.
make a video of that. So
That's right. I have a YouTube channel. Shit. Okay.
yeah, you do.
Right.
Yeah, and if you're not familiar, make sure you sign up to Medic Mike's YouTube
Yeah.
channel.
We didn't plug that.
Like and subscribe. I need more subscribers.
Yeah, I plugged you last week when we went through our list of.
Oh, you
160,
did? Cool.
oh, yeah.
Are you going to do that every week?
No.
Oh,
You don't-
come on,
I
man.
mean,
No.
once
I
I get that
gotta
check
watch
in the mail,
the show to see if you plug me so that I can plug you next week. Are we going back and forth here? Or?
once I get that check in the mail, I'll do that for you.
Uh,
Once Greg Brown sends me, free shit, I'll talk about him too. Hey, you guys have a great week, and we're gonna have. He did confirm, right?
I don't know. Did he?
Yeah, he did in the chat.
Oh,
He
okay.
said Hillbilly Rick is here for next
So
week.
Rick's
So
going to be on then.
I'm going
All
to do
right.
some promos for him. I'll get with him this week and get his
Yep.
get his promo pictures up, and we'll advertise.
Exciting.
We coined him Hillbilly Rick because there was 2 Ricks at the show last time we were down there, so we made him Hillbilly Rick. So he's Hillbilly Rick from now on. So hey, everybody, have a great week, and we will all see everybody next Monday. Yeah,
All right.
See everyone.
Stacey gave me that look like you're not sure. So
I'm still confused. I don't even know what day it is.
hey, go back to flocking your heads.
day before election day.
Oh man, we're not gonna bring that up, are we?
Ouch.
Too late.
Everybody go out and vote, but don't tell anybody who you voted for. Okay.
But
Have a great week, everybody.
I'm not fucking going to say that.